Baton Rouge media. They in Baton Rouge, they couldn't drive over here to New Orleans. Let's see, who's here from Baton Rouge? 3, y'all will always have my love, and I will give you first interviews, 4 of you. I see who's here. I know y'all back home trying to figure out if we're gonna hire Lane Kiffin. Oh, gotta get the first news. Hate to tell you, Lane was at Gainesville yesterday. Go ahead.
All right, we'll start with questions in the room.
All right.
This is Ron.
Kayla, have you ever seen anybody from Georgia play defense as much as Fulwiley does?
I mean, I've seen a couple people play defense like that, but I mean, her activeness and her will to just want to have the ball, it's just an amazing sight to see, and I'm glad she's on my side of the floor.
Whoever's next.
What do y'all take away from a game like this when we got off the hot start for the last 3
I think for us, we started out strong. We had a lot of energy, but I think the biggest thing we need to take away from this game is being able to continue that through fatigue, continue that through the ups and downs. I think we got out rebounded. I think we got outscored one quarter, and I think that's just unacceptable for the places we want to be at the end of the season.
I have a question for Coach. I think this is the first game where, not the first game, but the game where MiLaysia Fulwiley played the most minutes together as a unit. How did you like their chemistry together?
Well, I knew the chemistry was there. They just haven't had a chance because I've been substituting a lot, and I just felt like I needed to get a good look tonight. I thought the reason Fulwiley stayed in there with them the most, she was just disruptive defensively. Now, she got fatigued, and she really wants me to take her out in that moment, and I'm trying to push her to play in that moment. She gambles when she gets fatigued, and she lets people drive by her, and she's got to stop that. But that's why they played a lot together. Free throws, I mean, we missed, 12 free throws. It was one of the games in the second half that I did not sub as freely as I have been, but it doesn't mean I'm down on them. It's just I went with some different looks tonight in that second half.
Coach, Flage, she limped off a little bit there before coming back on the court. How's she feeling? Did you talk to her after the game to get it?
I talked to her during the game. I thought it was her ankle, and it was her knee. She bumped knees or did something to her knee, and these kids are they're easy to coach. They're easy to coach, and I told them just a minute ago in the locker room, Flage got off to a tremendous start, and then I subbed 5 at a time. And sometimes I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that, right? Because it takes a kid that's on fire out of her the flow. So you tell them, but she didn't come back cold. Even after she bumped knees or whatever she did to her knee, she came back and she was just very good tonight.
At the end of the game, you decided to, near the end of the shot clock, you had the team run a play. What went behind your decision to do that, and why did you decide to do it?
I have a reason why I did it, and I don't want to tell you, because normally I hold the ball. But Michaela needed to try to score another bucket. She didn't get enough attempts tonight.
Coach, just talk about this team's ability in transition. I know you've always loved to push the floor, but does this year kind of feel different with just the speed that y'all have?
It does. I've seen some tremendous passes. Michaela made one. I was like, how in the world did she get that pass up the floor to MiLaysia? MiLaysia missed it on a reverse. We can score the ball. We can also pass the ball, so you better have your hands ready. That's fun basketball. That's fun basketball. Got to make free throws. Got to continue to rebound and not get beat on the boards. Take care of the ball. I don't know that we had a ton of turnovers, but had a good crowd, right? Did they say a sellout?
Yes.
Okay. You think that's Tulane or LSU?
Oh, it was mostly LSU.
Oh, man, you're a Tulane guy, though. Come on. No, we're proud of that, honestly. When we go to play in the SEC, that's kind of been a deal, and I think it's these kids. These kids play with an entertainment piece to their game, and they can do things, and people want to come see it. And so we weren't surprised that it was a sellout, but there were sure a lot of LSU people in the house, so that was good to see.
There are a lot of UNO people the other day, too.
Yes.
I think we got to work on it.
Anybody that wants to come to a game and watch us play, we love it, because that's what we want to do. We want to make women's basketball better in our state.
Coach Marshall, number 8, she was their leading scorer tonight. She had big moments. She had big plays and big moments. Just what do you see from her?
Be honest, I'm watching my kids. I'm really watching my kids. I looked at the stat sheet, and the one thing that stood out for me for Tulane was the young lady who had 12 rebounds. That's how I kind of look at stat sheets. So I'm not really sure what I could tell you that would be in depth and would be knowledgeable of what she did tonight. It was more about us, and when I looked at that stat sheet, I couldn't even tell you who Tulane's leading scorer was, but I could tell you who had the most rebounds in the entire game. And the young lady for Tulane that had 12 is to be commended.
Well, how about this? Ashley Langford, just an up-and-coming coach for Tulane. She helped turn things around in her first season last year. Just how much respect do you have for her?
I don't know her. I knew Lisa Stockton, saw Lisa Stockton after the game, gave her a big hug. What a legend she is. I think Ashley played for Coach Stockton. I saw Alan Fry sitting behind our bench. And he was here with Tulane for how many years with Lisa, right? And his son is on our dream team at LSU. So we left him tickets. I just recognize history. I recognize young people coaching, and want everybody in the state to do good until they play us.
Kim, I'm sort of dating myself here. I actually covered you when you played basketball at Louisiana Tech.
Yes, sir.
Many, many moons ago. You're only 29, I'm allowed.
Okay.
Obviously. But your personality is so unique. And it plays a little bit into how I see your team having a unique personality. Could you speak to that for me, please?
Well, you could probably tell me what it is you think. I know this. I played for coaches that were intense and that were passionate. And man, that's how I played when I was a player. And so that's who you are. And I do believe that your teams take on the personality of a coach. If a coach is sour in the locker room and a coach is constantly berating, those kids are going to show that on the floor. If a coach pumps her fist and is excited and is fighting those referees for calls and they're into the game, I think you're going to see that. And we do realize it's a game of entertainment. And I let them do entertaining things. I can't do what they do, but I used to love to go behind my back, over my head. The crowd goes crazy. Well, I've got kids that can do that. Let them be them. Let them be you. I tell them all the time, be you, but don't turn it over. So I think Fulwiley, for example, she can do things. And but now she's doing them with another kid named Flage and another kid named MiLaysia. So it's like, which one's going to do something special next? The thing they're doing so good right now is they're sharing the basketball. And if you watch them, they're cheering for each other. And it's amazing when you can go to work every day and you don't have to worry about powders and you don't have to worry about selfishness, and you're just happy for them, and they pick on each other when they do something funny or crazy. I've got a very, very unique and good combination of older players in that locker room and new ones. And we just got to keep getting better.
Last one for me. Coach Langford said that she would love to play LSU every year.
Yeah.
Could you speak to that?
We're not going to play them again. I have obligations when I came to this state that I wanted to bring all the state schools into being recognized, maybe is a good way. Sometimes we have to pay them like games to play us. I'm great with that because it helps their budget. And there are still some people that we have not played, and I really want to try to get all of them.
do a couple more.
Coach, are y'all aware of the 100-point streak, 5 games in which y'all did in 2022?
Who told me about I think, wasn't it the commentator when we were talking today at shoot around? He
Eric-
said
Eric
something
Green.
about, do you know who holds the streak for the most consecutive games in 100? And I said, I'm guessing you're gonna say LSU. He said, yes. And he said, y'all are like 2 games away from that. And I said, oh, great, but if it happens, great. If it doesn't, but the thing that was so funny is he said, do you know in the 80s who holds the streak in February for most consecutive games in hundreds? I said, I really don't. It was my Louisiana Tech team when I played. I didn't know that. But those are good stats to look up. I don't care who you play, that's a lot of scoring.
Michaela, maybe it was a rough spot here and there tonight, but it really, another game that showed the chemistry y'all have. Let's talk about how y'all have been able to find the chemistry with so many newcomers on this team, and it looked like y'all have been playing together for a lot longer than you have.
I feel like the chemistry we have is everybody coming in, being eager to learn and excited to play basketball at a new place. I think the 8 new players that came in, they were eager to learn, excited to play basketball, excited to be where they were, and that kind of just is what me and Flajay and Jada and the returners wanted. We wanted them to come in and have fun, but we also set that culture of loving to play basketball and loving to play with each other. And so I think that's kind of what we're putting on the court and doing.
We'll do the last one there.
And Zakiya Johnson, freshman, she had on the night she was plus 31, and as a guard, she had 3 offensive rebounds. What allows you to put so much trust in a freshman that is coming into such a storied program? Will that be?
Well, she's not a guard. She's playing inside for us. She's playing, if you want to put a number on it, she's playing the 4. She never gets winded. She never gets tired. She's deceptively quick on her jumps. So she knows she's going to have to guard bigs inside, and she pulls the chair out from under them and she tries to 3/4 in front. She's going to run the floor, so she's going to be a nightmare for a lot of posts having to guard her. She's special. She really is.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Let's go.